video is going to cover the installation of this thing.
These are the door sensors. Very simple. The bracket just snaps onto the rail and a wing nut puts the sensor onto the bracket. They're supposed to be about 6 inches off the ground, but because of the foundation, I had to put them up a little better than a foot. You have a one amber one on this side, and you have a green one on this side. For the longest time, my green one was flashing. I didn't really know that it wasn't supposed to be. Turns out that the clips that snap onto the rails, they pretty much have to be exact in height, but also one of my clips was kind of aiming out a bit, just a tiny bit, and that was causing the light to flash, and it took me a bit to figure that one out. Now this track, or these rails, they come with the kit in a bunch of pieces. Well, I didn't realize at first, but adding up the length of all the pieces, it still wasn't long enough to reach where it was supposed to. And after reading the instructions, I find that this kit is only good for a 7-foot door. Well, I have an 8-foot door, so you have to pay for an extension kit. So I opted not to use that kit as the original rail. It's compatible with the new motor. This wall switch for the door, it is nicer than the old doorbell looking one. And it does have, well, it has got one more function for sure, which is that. And of course the wires weren't long enough, so you might want to anticipate the fact that your wires might not be long enough and you might just have to add to them. It's not such a huge deal. It is low voltage, so it doesn't really matter how you do it. The next thing was, you could see the wiring on the ceiling. It was just long enough. I have a 10-foot ceiling. If I would have had a 12-foot ceiling, it would not have been long enough. And that's the wire that's supplied with the kit. There's 2 bolts for mounting that track up there. I went from a 29-year-old Chamberlain to this new one, and the bolts, actually, the bolt pattern's still exactly the same. So you can reuse the old track. This is just a slight upgrade from the one that's there. The one that's there is actually 29 years old. It's had its problems. Well, once. There's a plastic gear inside it. Oh, they might call it Teflon. I don't know. Looks like a plastic gear. We've had to replace that once, but now the motherboard's gone. The warranty's 10 years on this, 1 year on the chain. It's a half a horsepower. The one that's existing is 1/3 horsepower. I don't know how much of this stuff I'm actually going to use, but, well, seeing how the 2 eyes, they come and they're pre-wired, so I guess I pretty much kind of have to use them. Learn, lock, light, download the app. Yeah, that's another thing. This one, I paid $10 more. You can get one $10 cheaper there, but it does not have the app for your phone. All that is I think with the app you can control your door from anywhere. I mean, it closely kind of resembles the one up there. It does have a light on either side, this one. All that crap's for low voltage. Comes with some other hardware for, apparently it looks like for the track. I don't think I'm going to change the chain. If I don't have to, I won't. I'm removing the old sensors first, and I'm saving the low voltage staples because I forgot to buy some, so hopefully I can just reuse them. Well, I did find that the new one came with some, but probably not enough, so it's a good idea to save them if you got them. I'm temporarily gonna take these 2 eyes and I'm going to tape them together and hang them from up there so that my door will still function
In case I don't get everything done before I have to leave today, I'll still have a functioning door. Okay, I don't know if it was necessary or not. What I did was I taped them together. Where I'm at right now is I've run the wires from the sensors up to the top of the ceiling, over to the center, down the center, and to the unit. Like I said, they give you staples. They cheap rate out on the staples. They don't give you nowhere near enough. So just staple the corners basically, unless you have staples. Okay, comparing the new and the old, they seem pretty much identical to me, which means I'll be using the same holes. The sprocket, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sprocket's the same, and check this bolt pattern here is the same. It should be good to go. Should have taken these two top ones out, down on the ground, but they're loose anyway, so not a big deal. This garage door opener, actually, it comes with two apps. It comes with one app that controls it when you're out and about. You can open and close your door from anywhere. But there's another app on there that completely tells you how to install it. And I believe it says, start to finish, it says like 4 hours. Well, it would have taken me 4 hours to watch the app, so I didn't bother looking at it even. I would say tight enough that you don't want them to loosen off, but not too tight either. And these ones on the side, you can pretty much go as tight as you want, I guess. Just so they don't vibrate loose. It does vibrate a lot over time. Uh-oh, I'm kind of wondering if I should have put the chain on first. Let's see. No, no big deal. Now I go to the other end and I tighten the chain. Now the most common size wrench on the planet. I can't find one. You need a 1/2 inch for this. Or 13 millimeter. I put the two blacks from the door sensors in the black side, the two whites from the door sensor into the white ones, the white from the door switch into the white, and the black from the door switch into the red. Programming. For me, that's the most difficult part of this whole process. We open this up. There's two buttons. The top button is learn and the bottom button is lock. You also have to program this thing. Now first, to program this thing, press learn, press this. There should be some beeps, maybe some flashes, I don't know. But simple, straightforward, done. Now, for setting up the door, the height it opens, the height it closes, and the pressure it takes to stop it from closing, like if it closes on your animals or something, there's these three buttons here. You have up, you have down, you have the center button here. So you press the up until it gets to your desired position of upness, and then you press the center button, and that sets it to that upness. Then the down will start flashing and you do the same. And then you press the center button. The center button is just like a, okay, I want it like this button. Keep it like this. And then it does some crazy stuff, some flashes and beeps and stuff. And it goes up and down all on its own. And when it does that, it also somehow sets the tension that that is going to stop the door.
So after installing it, it's been about 2 days. Every once in a while, the door starts going down and it stops and goes back up again. I reset this a few times and whatnot. It turns out it seems to be the trolley that runs back and forth on this bar behind me. The trolley thing is probably all worn out, so I'm gonna have to fork out for a new one because everything else is set. Door tension and everything is set the way it should be. A few final thoughts. Easy installation. The only problems really that I had were with wires coming up too short. I used to have a boss when we used to do electrical. He always said, I'd rather be looking at it than for it. Well, just in this installation, I think there was 3 times the wire was too short. Once at the door switch, well, that would be blamed on the people that originally installed it. From the door switch to up here, too short. Once again, the people that originally installed it. And then the wires from the sensors to up here. I actually put the sensors up higher. I mentioned that in the video. Well, if I would have put the sensors down at 6 inches where they're supposed to be, I wouldn't have had enough wire. And like I said too, not enough staples. So for those friendly people at Chamberlain's the manufacturer, I wouldn't mind paying a couple bucks extra to have more staples and a couple feet more wire. Just charge more for the unit so that people aren't pulling their hair out trying to look for a wire stretcher. I know my old boss, when I first started doing electrical, he sent me out to the van for a wire stretcher. I looked for that bloody thing forever. Never did find it. Well, thanks for watching.